All right. Hello, everybody. Sorry I'm a touch late today. My phone doesn't want to turn on, so I'm doing this from an older phone, and I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but seems like we're doing okay. Okay, let's turn it that way. And I think we're ready to keep going on the details on the eagle. Give my pencils a real quick sharpen here. In the yellow. All right, ready. Let's do this, and yeah, happy Monday to everybody. Okay. Bringing the shadow with my blue here. And then we'll carry it down a little bit onto the back of this leg. Didn't do any texture of feathers yet on the leg. We're gonna sort of indicate those, just kind of plop them in there. Okay. Pop in a couple yellows. Okay. Now back to my dark brown. And bring the shadow down. Make sure it's mostly brown and not blue. No blue eagles today. And I'll blend it out with my lighter brown. I want to make sure I bring in some of this brown because I'm going to go back in a minute with my black to darken it down some more. But as you can see, no, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to do that with the flowers. Hi. Hi, Thena. Thena's here to say hi to everybody. See what her mommy's doing. Yeah. She was sleeping on my chair just before I went live. Hi. Ow. Claws. Alright, I'm going in with my dark brown. And I want to ease into this transition a little bit better here. Okay. Now I'm going to grab black. Darken down the tail. Which, besides the far side of that wing, is going to be the thing that sticks the furthest out. Hi, Thena. Meow. And by that I mean furthest out behind it, so it'll be more in shadow. Okay. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I might play with outlines a little bit more later. We'll see. All right. Now we're going to go into the cacti and the flowers. I'm going to actually zoom in a little bit more here for you. There we go. And grab my cactus colors, give them a tiny little sharpen. Okay. And I've got this yellow that I used on the eagle as well. It's going to tie everything together a bit. So we're going to make this cactus a little more three-dimensional. Earth the green down, bring in my lighter green. For a little bit more color. Like so. And then I'm going to pop in a little yellow highlight here. Just a touch. Okay, since that's the one I've got, we're going to start with that one on this one. And I'm going to have it leaning this way. So I think that's going to work best. Okay, and pop in the little spines, at least where they enter the cactus. I don't know if I'm actually going to do the spines themselves because I think from this distance you wouldn't see much. Maybe a few white lines. Okay. Pop in a little bit of shadow down here where it connects. And bring it up a little bit. It's not going to be tons of shadow, or tons of contrast, I should say, because it's a pretty flat object anyway. There'll be a bit more down here. Go in with my lighter green again. And I'm just going to cover the most of it with this color. Okay, and down here. Doop. All right, and these little buds are going to be darker. They're going to be mostly this darker green. But they're also a lot rounder, so we've got to make sure we pop in that highlight and make that contrast nice. Okay. Smooth that out a little bit so it blends. There we go. Got some spines. My deep shadows. I'm not going to worry about highlighting this one. My lighter green, because I'm going to have the yellow flower popping out a little bit, so I think that'll do just fine. Gotta get these because it's not a good cactus. It doesn't have spines even on the base of the flowers, right? There. I like how those guys look. Okay. Now this cactus pad is mostly side on to us, so it's going to have the biggest section here. It's basically facing away from the sun, so we're going to be a little darker with it. There we go. And pop in a little bit of depth. Yellow there. And this one is turning towards us the other direction. But since that side is towards the light, I'm going to leave it mostly white like that. Pop in the spines. Okay, I'm going to put my shadow on the far side here. And go in with my light green. And I'm not doing the light green over the whole thing, but I'm making sure that I do put it in that transition area between the darker green and where the lighter green goes. And I'm leaving a couple lighter spots, like right in here, just for variation and fun. And then this guy, put top edge there, and it's basically going to be mostly in shadow, so this one's going to be the darkest one, I think. And keep in mind when using things like colored pencils and markers that the direction of your shading of your marks will show. So you want to be largely consistent, or at least do some cross-hatching to even it out. And the cross-hatching will darken it down too. So actually, that's what I'm going to do here. Actually, I'm going to go in with the lighter green. Like that. Okay, and transition over to these ones under the feet. Let's see, I've decided. Yep. And I also want to keep in mind that there's going to be a harsher shadow under where the toes land. That'll help give my eagle weight, make it look like it's actually standing there. I'm not quite done with this. I wanted to do this shadow out a little bit more. Do kind of a little line there almost where the claws are going to be holding onto it. Okay. I'm going to pop in just a tiny bit of yellow and go to my light green and finish it off. And I'll go back up to my feet in a minute here. Finish off my eagle. Try and get the right pencils. Okay. So that one's going to face that direction. Get my harsher shadows. Get the spots where the claws enter the cactus. Get the spines. It's actually going to go pretty dark back here. Then we're going to lighten up as we head this direction. Okay. Touch of yellow there, and my light green. I think the other day I was calling the talons claws. That's not correct. They're talons. Okay. And 2 more cactus pads to go. This one's actually going to be turning away from us a bit here. So we'll also put the edge over here, but since it's leaning away a little bit, it's not really going to be seen very well. Little yellow and light green. Essentially, for those of you who might be a little more scientific minded, essentially what I've got going on here is an equation or a formula. Formula is what I was going for. I've got the dark green showing me where my edges are, where the thickness of the cactus is. And then it's filling in the shadows. hit it with a yellow line or two, and then fill in the rest with my light green. That's the formula. And this edge actually darken down since it's turning away from the light. And we got this little guy sticking out the back here. And there we have it. Got a bunch of cacti. Okay, and keeping this yellow out because it is my connecting factor. We're gonna go do the flowers. So first, the pink flowers, since we're over here. And actually, what's going on here is basically they're touching, but not really. And that's going to bother me. So it's what you call a tangent. So I'm going to bring these flowers petals just a little bit bigger so that the tail's going down behind the flower, not looking like it's touching it. And that'll give me the added depth. At the moment, I'm just sort of outlining where the petals are. I no longer have my reference photo out, so I'm just kind of going with my gut and what I think looks good, and we'll see if it works. Center, do mostly dark. I'll leave a little bit there though to do a highlight. And let's see, these petals are facing away from the light. So they're going to need shadows. Anywhere where I think that the petal might be turning away from the light or hidden from the light, I'm going to pop in a shadow. Like that. And then I'll fill in the rest with my light pink. I'll push harder in some places than in others, so that we're still kind of working on giving the flower a bit more depth and shape. I'm gonna leave that spot just the tiniest light of pink. Okay, take my dark pink and go to the other flower. Okay, And let's see where my shadow's going to be. Gonna have some shadows happening there and there. So it's not going to have quite as many shadows there. And pop in the lighter pink. I think that flower's done. Okay, and then this flower. Okay. Now this one's going to be my shadow color. A little sharp in here. Okay. And just same process. I'm outlining the petals. And remember, I had a tangent here too, so I've actually got this petal kind of going out that way now. This one going out that way. That one kind of sticking out that way a bit more. Okay, most of this petal is going to be in shadow. Have some shadow coming up this one and along here on that side of the petal. The other side, we're going to have the insides of the petals shadowed. I don't know really what's happening with that one. Okay. Oh, hi Sarah. Glad you could join. And there we've got a yellow flower. Yellow fleur. I'm not sure when you got on. I don't know. Okay. And we're gonna do the feet. All right. Now for the feet, I've got this one as my main shadow color. I'm also going to be coming in with some browns. I don't know then. It might be the app. Oh, thank you. You know me, I always love to hear that. Especially when I agree, though. If I don't agree, then you might get me telling you exactly why it's not wonderful yet. Okay. Go in with my main yellow. And this is where my brown comes in. I'm gonna do a little bit back here, and this is gonna do the little creases. And obviously I'm not doing all of the creases because there are a lot of creases in a bird's foot. If you ever played or had a sister who chased you around with a chicken foot, you would know what it looks like with lots of little creases. Essentially, it's the same thing. It's just a lot bigger than a chicken's foot. They are odd. See, the little lines bring it to life a little bit. There we go. I've got feet. And now we need the black for the talons. And I'm not going to do them exactly solid black because I want to make sure they keep some bit of highlight. So I'm going to get my outline going here first. I'll go dark where I know the shadows are going to be, and then gradually lighten up as I go. Like so. I'll do that for the rest of the feet too. You'll also notice I'm not going to an exact point because the very tip of it is pushing into the cactus pad. That brings a lot more life to the feet. And the final talon. Was I calling them claws again? I think I keep using the wrong term. This one I'm putting the highlight kind of in the middle. There we go. And it's got some feet. Now we're gonna zoom out. And I need to work on the ocean and the sky a little bit. Oh, okay. That's good. Maybe I'm using claws in my brain. That sounded weird. That'd be a really weird sentence out of context. Okay. I'm going to raise the water level a little bit because I've got another tangent here, so I got to fix that. It's not an ocean, it's a lake. The edge of the paper is always annoying. I'm actually going to go darker in the front, and it'll be lighter towards the back because of atmospheric perspective. I'm being more careful than my first pass to not cross over too much into the cactus and the wings. They really are amazing. I'm not don't think they're scary at all, really. I mean, yeah, maybe a respect, healthy respect, the ones that can hurt you. It's good. But I personally don't find them scary. Okay. I have used a lot of this pencil already, so I'm going to resharpen it. Oh, you know what? I haven't done any details on the poor little snake yet. Maybe dinner for this bird, but he's still got to look good. Oh, and I didn't do the yellow on that guy. Let's do that real quick. There we go. We're getting there. This is the time-consuming part. Just filling large spaces with one color. And time to sharpen again. A little darker than I meant to get. Whoops. Might touch a little bit here. There we go. That really makes it pop, doesn't it? All right, time's 8:57. I thought I was going to be able to finish it. I'm not sure that I can. Got details, tiny little details I want to do, so. I'm going to grab this green. That'll sharpen. Whoops. And I'm going to pop in some greens into the lake here. These lakes are never just one color. I think I'm actually going to take this sort of muted yellow. That one actually sharpened nicely. and pop some of this in as well. I like what that's doing to it. So close to being done. But I think I'm gonna finish it tomorrow because it is 9 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I will finish this guy tomorrow. Definitely finish him tomorrow. Probably have a little bit of time left, so I'm not sure how that's gonna go. But yeah, thanks so much for watching and have a good night.